We continue with Sandra Trittin tiko. Welcome to Ecosummit.
Hello.
Hey.
So, hello to everyone. My name is Sandra Trittin, as mentioned, from Swisscom Energy Solutions. We are a company based in Switzerland, in Olten, which is close to Zurich. We were founded in 2012, and we are a technology provider for the energy industry. As you can see, we are around 30 people delivering projects with all over Europe. And just to give you an idea where we started and what our vision was and still is, in 2012 we saw a development coming in the same way in the energy industry as before in the telco industry some years. So from a more centralized approach to more decentralized world. And in that case, the behavior of all the single households are changing in ways to the energy turnaround. So households started to create PV installations on their rooftops. They started to have home batteries at home. Now more and more people are looking into e-cars. Also, the way of heating and cooling is changing to a much more electricity-focused approach than before. What we see here is the evolvement of the Internet of Energy. But this Internet of Energy gives also some challenges to the energy industry on one side, and on the other side, it also drives some quite new expectations of the household and of each individual. So just imagine the household, four-person household here just around the corner, up to now had a normal average usage of electricity, but now starts to have a PV installation on their roof. So what it creates is a change in the load management of that household in their terms of the usage of the electricity. And if he then decides 2 or 3 years later to also attach a home battery to that again, it will also change this whole consumption habit of that household. And on one side, the energy industry would like to know about that. They would also like probably to get some access to these devices and also to be able to manage these challenges. On the other side, you have the customer. The customer also wants to know how much energy he produces per day with his PV installation. He also wants to know with a home battery how high his autonomous self-consumption is. And we founded and created a platform to connect both worlds together. So on one side, you have the household with all his kind of electrical devices you can think of, and we have created a hardware which you can over the top, independent of the device supplier, attach to these devices. So today we have more than 10,000 devices connected in Europe, and we are managing these devices on a per-second basis. And for what do we do that? We work together with partners of the electricity industry. This can be utilities, but this can be also device suppliers. Probably you have heard of Hoval or of Tobler, which are heat pump suppliers. And what do they do with that kind of information? We give them the information on a per-second basis on what the household is doing with his devices. They have the possibility to extract some flexibility out of that usage and give it to the energy markets, and then to sell this capacity there to make some additional revenues. So what we are aiming for is to create hybrid business models where on one side the end customer gets some additional value from connecting the devices to that Internet of Energy. He will receive an access via web and app for applications where he can see his consumption, he can monitor it, he will get some alarmings, but also with a remote control he can easily realize some savings, for example, when he's going on holidays. And on the other side, we have the energy industry who is able to use some kind of that flexibility, for example, of the home battery or also of the heat pumps, for example, connected, and to put that capacity on an intraday market. Or possibly you have heard of the ancillary services market. And there we make a high distinction because we are the first one who are able to put this capacity on the frequency markets all over Europe. So just to wrap you quickly up on what we are doing. We have created that network. We are live now in different kind of countries all over Europe, where we started in Switzerland. We are now also operating in Germany, also in France, and also in Austria. We have created different kind of networks, like small virtual power plants with these residential homes, focusing on the loads of each individual home and putting their capacity on the markets to create some revenue for the energy industry, but also for the single homeowner. We have partnerships together with utilities, but also with device suppliers, where we create together different kind of business models on how to bring the flexibility of these connected homes also to some value for them. And now you might ask, okay, yes, but I have heard around several these kind of solutions. So where's the distinction? What can you do different than the others are doing? We are focusing mainly on the small loads. Of the small loads where everyone was asking 4 years ago, like, is this possible in an economical way? And yes, it is. It's efficient, it's easy to install, and you can make it accessible within a few weeks. We are scalable. We have now more than 10,000 devices connected, and our platform is built to take more and more devices on, up to 1 million and more. We are fast. We have built up this network all over Europe within just a few years, and we are universal. No matter if you have a device of Hoval, of Tobler, of Weiland, if you have a battery from Sonnen, for example, or if you have any kind of other device, we are happy to connect it. Even your jacuzzi or your swimming pool pump if you have one at home. We can do that in an easy way as a retrofit. So it's not necessary that you wait for a new kind of device which comes out of one kind of supplier where you can hook on any kind of specific interface. You can take it for every kind of device which is out there. And we have some heating systems connected which are 25 years old and older. We are flexible. We have created all that hardware and software solution at our own company in Switzerland. So we are flexible also to adapt to any kind of needs of our partners. And we have made it designed to cost. Because when we started in 2012 and you wanted to have this kind of solution, it was so crazy expensive that we had to decide to go on our own way and to develop it on our own. So I would like to thank you for your attention. If you have any questions later on, I'm around, and I'm happy to discuss if you see some possibilities also to work together in the future. Thank you very much.